someone to speak for them, so please help me and welcome to the lectern, Ivan Conway, bouncing back. Ivan
Can you imagine 5-year-old little Johnny? He's so excited because his parents are going to come to the swimming pool he's been practicing at all summer long. And he just can't wait to show them what he has learned during the summertime. He's already there. He's waiting for his parents to show up, and he sees them out of his corner of his eye as they're approaching out of the locker room. He gets up on the diving board and he says, "Hey, Mommy! Hey, Daddy! Look at me! Look at me!" And he races down the diving board, and he goes to do a somersault, and he slips, and bam! He hits his head on the side of the diving board. He goes into the pool. He starts coughing from the water that he's swallowing. And his dad sees him going down into the swimming pool. He races over to the pool, and he dives in to save his son. He gets his son out of the pool, and he puts him on the side of the pool, and he's still choking on the water. His mother gets over to the pool. She embraces him. By this time, he started to calm down a little bit. He's breathing normally, and his mom looks down at him and he says, "Little Johnny, you scared us to death. You could have really hurt yourself." And his dad looks down at him and he says, "Son, don't run on the diving board. You can slip, you can kill yourself. What are you thinking?" So they retreat over to the side of the pool. They get in a chair, a lawn chair by the side of the pool. They're very calm. Everything is going along okay. And they get a lot of tranquility just looking at the other parents. They're playing and they're frolicking in the pool. Everything's going fine. Bam! Less than an hour later, the mother looks over and she sees Johnny. He's back on the diving board. He's racing down the side of the diving board again, and he goes to do a somersault. Only this time, he doesn't slip. He does a perfect somersault into the water, comes out of the water, and he waves his hand to his mom, and he said, "I knew I could do it. I knew I could do it." His mom's heart is just racing so fast. She doesn't know what to do. And she's like, "Oh, my goodness. This kid is going to kill me." Anyway, what caused little Johnny to do that? What state of mind was he in that he could try to do something that he had just failed at less than an hour earlier? Well, fortunately for us, we know exactly what state of mind he was in. Scientists have determined that we all have 5 different brain waves. These brain waves are dominant within us during different age groups. The age group that's very young are in a brainwave called theta. We have 5 brainwaves. They're gamma, where we have brilliant thoughts and we have genius. There's also beta, where we are right now. We're listening to each other, we're communicating, we're observing what's going on. There's also alpha, where we have a very relaxed state. There's theta that we're going to talk about more in just a minute. And then there's delta, where we're sleeping. Well, theta, the reason it's so important is everything that we do is really governed by our subconscious. Put your hand over your heart. You can feel it beating. You don't have to think about that. Your subconscious takes care of that for you. Also, your subconscious tells you what you can do and what you can't do. You might go out to do something really great, and you don't do it, and you kind of give up, but you could have been able to do it if your subconscious head trash that we all have in there had been eliminated. If you take that out, well, I can't do this because I'm too young, or I can't do this because I'm too old. If you take that out, then you'll take your limiting beliefs and you'll throw them away, and you'll be able to accomplish a lot of things that you otherwise couldn't accomplish. Why is the theta brainwave so important? Because in the theta brainwave, you can reprogram your subconscious. It's the only place where you can do that. Gamma and beta and delta and alpha. You can't do that. Those are conscious things that you're doing. You have to be able to go into your subconscious mind to be able to change the limiting beliefs that you have. That's why the theta brainwave is so important. And that's what you see great inventions come out of the theta brainwave. Airplanes, radio, TV, telephones. They all come when people go there. In the theta brainwave, you don't have any limiting beliefs. None. Zero. Okay? Imagination is king, and there's no logic. That's why little Johnny could almost die hitting his head on the diving board, and all he imagined was showing off to his parents, so he had no fear. He didn't have any logical thoughts, well, you shouldn't try that because you're going to hurt yourself. All he imagined was doing something great in front of his parents. You may ask, how could you go into the Theta brainwave? Well, unfortunately, this speech is only 7 minutes. So we can't go into that discussion. But we are going to be putting out some things early next year that talk about maximizing your potential and how you can do that with the Theta brainwave. In closing, please remember, just like little Johnny, let your imagination run free. When you set your goals, don't have any logic in it. Let the sky be the limit. Remember, you bring about what you think about. You bring about what you think about. And a wise man once said, if you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you think you'll lose, you certainly will. For out in the world we find success being with the fellow's will. It's all in a state of mind. If you think you're outclassed, you are. You've got to think high to rise. You've got to be sure of yourself before you can ever win a prize. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger or faster man, but sooner or later, the man who wins is the one who thinks he can. Madam Contest Master.
Will the designated Sergeant-at-Arms please escort them from the room and give them the 5 minutes for beginning their evaluation? While the evaluation contestants complete their evaluations, we will get to know our test speaker a little bit better. Please help me welcome again Ivan Conway back to the lecture. Ivan, please stand over here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? How long have you been in Toastmasters?
4 years.
4 years, excellent. And what club are you representing today?
Nissan Toastmasters.
Excellent. I'm curious, where are the Nissan Toastmasters located?
They're actually in Irving, Texas.
Oh, wow.
I was invited here by Greg Pick. So you can blame him.
It's all your fault. And what's your level of education?
CC.
Excellent, fantastic. Now, let's take a look at your speech for just a moment. Where did that speech originate from?
Actually, I was reading the Bible, and over and over in the Bible, it talks about we must become like little children. And I know a lot of people think that's childlike faith that Jesus is talking about, but I think it's really more than that. I think he was telling us more than that. And you must become like a little child to enter into the kingdom. And so when I started to study that, I started to study, well, what brainwave patterns are children in? Could he possibly also have that in addition to the childlike faith? As I studied that, then I started looking at Theta, because that's where they predominantly are, from 2 to 6. And when I started studying about that, I started studying the subconscious and how you change things and how little children, they have no fear. I mean, they try anything. You have to stop them and stuff. You can't climb on that, you'll fall and hurt yourself. And they'll get right back up on it even if they do fall. So if we had that same non-limiting belief about goals or objectives. If we fell off the diving board, off of our diving board of hitting our goal, and we bounce right back and come back, how would we do that? And so that's how I got into it.
So we're a little bit afraid of.
Oh yeah, logically, you know, he hit himself on the diving board. Logically, he shouldn't try that. Not an hour later. Okay, but in Theta, where little kids are, all they do is imagine how great it's going to be when their parents see what they do. So they don't have any fear thoughts or logical fear thoughts.
All right, so you said that you are really good at shooting pool. Is this true?
I used to be good. I don't shoot. I very hardly shoot down. People come out of town. We'll go play pool. We'll go bowling. But I used to shoot a lot.
So you win all their money because you say you're not very good at it, but you actually are. He's the person that misses 4 shots and then sinks the ball on the last go. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
And your favorite quote was, "Change your thoughts and you change your world."
Yeah. That's Norman Vincent Peale. Change your thoughts and change your world. I believe it. I know it's true. And if you haven't tried it, and I think you'll see the results.
Well, I really appreciate it. You certainly changed our way of thinking about the theta brainwaves and what we can achieve by going back to our childhood state. So I really appreciate it.
Thank you
so much. Let's give our test speaker a round of applause. I've been